Are we on? Yes, we are most definitely on. We are on. We are on. This is Are We On podcast. And today we are just having one talk. Well, this is, I guess they call them big boys. These are those 24 ounces, whatever, the way they do it. So, Coors Light. I really don't drink much, but right now I am going to have one, just one. I guess that would be considered the big boy, huh? That's what they call it. Big boy, but still, it's still a tall can, right? So yeah, we're on. I'm not really counting the episodes anymore. We're just going with it. We're saying fuck it, do that. And what are we listening to? What are we watching?
How we doing? How we just
Hold on, we
fuck
open it. We open it.
let's
Hold on.
just,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't even know how to fucking do things over here anymore.
You don't
Really?
have music cue?
What do you? Hold on. What the fuck's going on?
We don't
What are we
have
doing
intro
here?
music anymore?
Can we get our shit together?
Boom, bum, 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 bum.
Sit back and relax. It's a talk and listening with your boys X and O.
Yeah.
Tom. There it is.
Thanks for tuning in. This is our 200th episode.
He did the Kawhi laugh.
It's actually my favorite podcast. I believe I've told you guys this before. Um, I really enjoy their content. Um, and it's just nice. They make me laugh. Man, it's just a nice podcast. So for those people that listen to podcasts and whatnot, or maybe even if you don't and you just want to take my advice, you enjoy it. So cheers to the tall can boys. I would just call them the tall can boys. Cheers to those gentlemen. We are having a Coors Light. Um, a big boy, but it's still a tall can, right? So yeah, much love to those gentlemen. I will drink to that, and thank you for that shout out on your on this episode. Actually, it is called "Welcome Back," spelled WELCUM. I cannot spell anonymous, and I would try to spell anonymous. So yeah, much love to those guys. Let's listen in for a bit. I promise you, you're gonna laugh at least once or twice, even in this minute that I'm gonna play. Because yeah, this is get your mind right at midnight. Just a tall can.
I'll get paid one day.
No, how was your summer, bro?
It was great.
Oh, hold on. I'm working with my daughter, trying to get ready for September basketball season.
No.
Trying to get ready for basketball season. Training her. Trying to get
Are you
myself.
the right
in shape.
person to train?
Oh, God.
Oh God.
How was your summer, bro? I'm not doing this.
Bro, it's just
I'm not doing
thing bombing over here. Oh, boy.
So I'm glad they are back on. They took their little summer break, which is cool. So and I've watched today's episode a few times already. And not because they give me a shout out, but because their content is amazing and I'm doing my job. Doing my job to spread love to one another. Usually I play music on these lives. I shout out local artists and business owners, entrepreneurs, this and that. Whatever you do, I'm there for you. Sister, get ready for sister. I did write a song today and it felt weird, but it felt right. I usually don't write. I haven't written anything, a song. I never made songs, even though I have 20 years worth of hits. Another one, another one. Um, but yes, it's important. I don't have any sisters, any biological sisters, but still, we got to look out for our sisters. Not saying that we don't got to look out for our brothers, but Um, our sisters are going through a bunch of stuff. Uh, of course, with this whole abortion overturn or whatever case may be, um, they're going to be going through a bunch of things even more. And it's just crazy life that we're living in. But it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Um, I guess it's not necessarily midnight, but oh well. Um, it's gonna be my dad's birthday tomorrow. So happy early birthday, pops! I love you very much. I will see you in the afternoon, and we're gonna have some cake and ice cream, pops. I love you again. Happy early birthday. Talk and listening. Let's actually listen in a bit. Let's see what they got.
At least he goes to this like 2 week cheer camp from Marshall High School. And it's like a resort where all these fucking cheerleaders go for the camp and then they're away. It's supposed to be away. Well, me, Chris Hill, Raheem, we get along and we buy a bunch of bud, roll up fucking blunts all fucking day, smoke all fucking day. And then one night we want to go sneak on to go see Lisa. So we get our ass all the way fucking.
All y'all
there.
snuck on to see Lisa?
Yeah, no, we snuck on this campus like this fucking.
So they all wanted to see Lisa.
No. Oh, I mean, like, no, they're all cool. They want all the other girls too. My bad.
Okay. Lisa will tell you.
I swear that I love this show.
Whoa. Whoa.
Bump it up.
But basically, man, we used to be real fucking nasty. We see on these fucking.
Heard in high school camp.
The chicken. When we got there, I remember everyone had left the room because everyone knew I was there for Lisa, and they gave us time to fuck, and they were all smoking. Yep. It didn't last long, like 10 minutes, and I was done.
10 minutes.
Nah, I didn't want to, fuck the crowd. I was missing the blood.
That's like,
yeah, bro. I was a king. So then we went in the closet with smoke on the girls, and we had to fucking get the fuck out of there before like the coaches and the teachers saw. It was just a fucking blur because we were getting fucked up and real high, and
goddamn,
yeah, we were next to man. That was awesome though. Shout out Chris Hill and Raheem. I haven't talked to them in years, man.
I know he keeps up though.
Yeah, we used to be off this apartment called off of Richland Hills up Bandera, man. We
Much love and shout out to those gentlemen, X and North. I said North. North and AWF. For putting on this show, for allowing me to be a fan, still as also a podcaster, I'm allowed to like other podcasts and even enjoy other podcasts, even more than mine. That's just the way that it is. I'm honest. I love what I do here, but it's just me by myself. So creating that content when it's back and forth, when it's a back and forth communication and a nice conversation, that does make a difference. So I just want you guys to know that I appreciate y'all, everybody that does support me and watch this podcast, whether we go by Are We On Podcasts or We're On Podcasts or live in the BoneZone with Big Sam Heard. Whatever the case may be, it is all a Big Sam Heard product. So we're going to continue to live life, love life, and not let life live us. Hopefully I can bring you sister, and we'll go from there. So we'll add 6 songs to that EP. And we're going to get our mind right, not just at midnight, but when it comes to life in general, because I don't want to lose more than I've already lost. All right?
Oh, yeah. Does your podcast produce income / make money? First of all.
No, we spend.
Are you trying to rob us? That's no. Why would you? Okay, realistically,
you ain't see the halo lights. Yeah, we hustling around here.
No, I'm just kidding. You didn't see the upgrades from last season? There's like we're all wearing. Oh yeah, there's a couple more posters.
Bro,
you think that pays for itself? We're wearing matching T-shirts. No, we're making Joe Rogan Spotify money.
Look at this shit. I got a stylist phone, bro. Oh. What's up, dog? Got a pin on it. You think we making money?
Yo, this is It's true. When it comes to the podcasting thing, um, sometimes you do feel like you're losing money. Sometimes it feel like you might be making money, but really, like, unless like what they said, it's like Joe Rogan money. Then what are you really making? It's And for me, being a solo act, if you will, um, it's a little harder because everything is all me. When you have help, when you have other people to do stuff like this, and you know how to edit, and you can do awesome things, it becomes a better product. I understand that. That's why when we give you the pantry, which is just um, I don't think I want to go live on some shows. Pre-record them so we can take time and edit stuff like that, and put it only on YouTube, and then of course just share it on Facebook. But we learn every day. We say, "Oh, I take a loss." I even have a catchphrase, catchphrase, catchphrase that hopefully one day will pay. But sometimes you got to lose to win. That loss isn't necessarily has to be a loss, but it's always going to be a lesson for whatever we go through in life. However we go through it, whatever um, happens after we go through whatever we go through in life. Um, it's important that we just stay humble to a lot of things that we do, a lot of things that we done, a lot of things that other people go through, especially because when you can feel the energy and when you can feel someone's pain and hurt and um, sadness,
Sit back and relax. It's that talk and listening with your boys, X and O.
and listening and their whole demeanor and whatnot, hopefully you can recognize it, to prevent something from ever happening when it comes to self harm, because it's really important. It is really important that we look out for ourselves when we don't even want to look out for ourselves. Um, and I say that it's like when you want people to look out for you, sometimes we ask for help, sometimes we don't. And I understand now with social media, we can reach out a whole lot easier to people, to the masses on the good old www. Yes, live in the Bone Zone. It is I, Billy on the board, and this is just a tall can. Um, yeah, this is actually a big boy. This is a 24 ounce. I think they call them the big boys, but it's still a tall can. So I think that still will suffice, if you will. And yeah, that's what we're doing. Um, we want to still continue. We haven't really booked much in a bit. You know, um, Snapback Corey Cad was last gentleman we had on, and we had fun with that. That was before his fight. Much love to that gentleman, of course, and all Team Gorilla Drank, all those people that um, really, really are doing things in the city of San Antonio. Much love, of course, to Troy Morales with Team Gorilla Drank, and everybody else that is doing a bunch of things. Kali and Livola, they're with the Double Cup Kings, baby. So, it doesn't matter what we do in life. We all got to show everybody love and support in one way or another. However, we could do that, do our duty, pay our show up to jury duty. Um, I guess, or whatever. Like you got to do, pay your dues, if you will. This is me paying my due. And I'm going to continue to do what I got to do, pay whatever dues um, are dealt my way, if you will. I'll play whatever cards I have. So whatever hand uh, I'm dealt, I'll be able to still win, whether it's bluffing, whether it's actually having a good hand, whether it's the odds, if you will. I get on here and I ask what are the odds of us being on? Like, are we on? And with response and with the change of, let's say, mentality and pace and whatnot, you get to answer your own questions sometimes. And I realized, yes, we are on. We are most definitely on. And Billy on the board, you know, I guess myself um, is that alter ego, and we love voiceovers. Not so much love to Knopf, and again, talk and listening. Um, we're live. We're on in the Bone Zone. Big Sam Heard, Billy on the board, and it's not even midnight, but this is Get Your Mind Right at midnight. So maybe you'll watch this while we're still live around midnight ish. Um, I'm still not being able to upload the last two episodes that we went live onto my Anchor. Those usually get uploaded on there and get shared to Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Where else are we at? Oh, we're on iHeartRadio now. A bunch of different platforms that you can listen to. Speaking of listening to, you should listen, you should watch, subscribe, talk and listening. Of course, it's really nice to see guys enjoy and have fun and still have an agenda and be serious, but at the same time be able to have fun. Like I said, that's one of the biggest things. So cheers for whoever was watching. Um, Either way, we go through shit every day on a daily. We all have issues, we all have problems, we all have situations that we need to get out in the air because we bottle them up, you know, for ourselves. And what do we do? Like with the Coca Cola, if you shake that can, shake it, long enough, or shake it, whatever, you know, um, when you open it, it's gonna explode. Hey, yeah, especially when it comes. Nah, shout out to Talk and Listening, X and off. Um, this episode is fucking amazing. And it's one of those things that we can enjoy um other people's things. Of course, I'm not gonna say that what this podcast is the best. Well, I do say it's the best. I believe it's the best, but is it really? Maybe not the most polished and not the most you know um certified or known podcast, but that doesn't mean that maybe we're not. I may be the best in somebody else's mind as well, like mine. But who's to say? So who's to motherfucking say? um and yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Live in the Bone Zone, it is I, Billy on the board, Big Sam Hurt. Um, and yes, just to talk can. Shout out to talk and listening. That's what we're doing because flowers, I like to give them now. And it's one of those things that we do with life, death, and everything else in between. Because when we die, what do you leave on my casket? Flowers. Some people will say, give them to me then. Some people will like them now. All right. Are we on? Are we on? Yes, John, we are most definitely on. Um, so yeah, shout outs to you too, John. Any John, right? Johnny, are we okay? Are we okay, Johnny? And much love to all my brothers, all my sisters, because it's important. Oh, hey, I have to go back. This, we're gonna have to let this go on. This is a Let's see. Much love to those guys, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what that means.
You're using some big words, bro.
Pasotes? Pasotes.
I'm gonna take that as a threat.
Potatoes.
I'm gonna take that as a disrespect.
How do you spell
What's
it?
up? Nah,
Don't fuck with
don't put me on blast on Facebook, dog. I seen you call out too many people, bro. Facebook. Facebook. Shout out Steve in Montreal.
Oh, Steve Montreal from the. Are we on?
Are we on? Podcast.
He gave me a bunch of
showing love. You gave me a bunch of Yao Mings. Steve,
shout out.
I haven't seen Nov since you gave me the gifts, brother. I've been trying to come over to give it to him for months.
Shout out Andrew.
Which Andrew?
Sold half of it.
Shout out Andrew.
That's the juice. Fuck you. H-Town for life. I mean, we didn't get a lot for it.
I gave him every bit though, brother. Shout out Andrew.
Making figures, little mini figures.
Bro, you got my hairline, you got my glasses, you got my watch.
Yeah, when I saw that they had little figures, I thought it was really cool. The gesture,
the headband, I love it, man.
You got my lack of hairline.
Maybe just somebody that, family or friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoe ass bitches, and bitch ass niggas. Because yes, even the milk can be a bitch too. For Shelby, baby, Michaela, mommy. You already know the rest. But yeah, it was really neat seeing that. So, of course, they're shouting out people that, Nava, I knew that, found out he was a Houston Rockets fan. So some Houston Rockets stuff that I showed him some love. And that's, of course, what he was talking about. So that's just one of those things that, me personally, I'm a Spurs fan. So after a while sitting on those shelves, they got, yeah. So much love. Let's listen to a little more.
None. I love it.
No, you know what happened at Comic-Con?
No. Tell him, Jake.
This is a Mohawk Marvel minute. All right.
Oh,
we
got took my shit away, dog.
The chamber. I did it. Just came out of me.
Hey, he's all trying to squeeze off the frame.
Zoom in. Zoom in and enhance. So the Mohawk Marvel minute.
Oh, hey, it's back away from the mic for this one.
Look, we got She-Hulk trailer that dropped. A lot of cameos.
All right. So this is gonna be like a not too long of an episode. We just care. And it's not even midnight yet, but yet we're on. That's the whole point. Fuck it, right? Name is just a name, whatever you give it, the title, I guess, if you will. Yeah. Of course, we do got a live studio audience. Live studio audience, give yourself a round of applause. Yes, you deserve it. Yeah. But of course, I can never forget where I'm at. Yes, good old West Side, San Antonio. Much love to my city. Born and raised here. 38 years of my life, of course. I guess, yeah, things happen for a reason. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Sometimes you got to lose to win. What else do we got? A bunch of stuff. And we're going to just put ourselves in a certain mindset and just really lock in on a bunch of things that let's say, put my target on, if you will. But yeah, hand to hand, you don't need a gun to be a man. All right. Get ready for sister. I need to really do something soon. Yeah, this is gonna be a bunch of fun the next couple of months. All right. Tall can, just a tall can. So yeah, much love to those guys with Talk and Listening, and yeah, I would say Julian and Xavier. Nah. But yeah, those guys that they really talk about it in their on this episode. So I do gotta add the link once we're done live. That way, you folks can watch that easier if you like. So yeah,
You gonna go to some games this year?
Real quick, the Rock's energy drink is trash.
Oh yeah, and I didn't know on the right.
Where is flavors?
Stone Cold beer good though.
Strawberries.
What?
To this, it is on YouTube.
What? Shout out Bedlam. I saw him in Houston too. He wrestled that night.
Oh, he's
really?
He win?
No, they lost, but it was him and Great
Shout out,
Scott.
dog.
Shout out to them.
Oh, I love Great. I like Great Scott. I'm sorry.
What'd you ask me?
What ask him?
What did we ask? Games.
Oh, you going to XFL games this year?
I plan it. Fuck yeah, we're gonna get some San Antonio.
I got Chef Justin trying to talk some shit because they're mad because the XFL players that are playing for us, they don't live here or practice here.
Honestly, that doesn't
play
make
games.
sense.
I mean, that's fucking inconvenient for them, honestly.
Yeah.
But guess what? The Dallas Cowboys training camp never is here in Dallas. It's always in California. And guess what? They come play here. I don't give a fuck.
They've done training camps here, right?
Yeah, but no, but it's not always in Dallas. Like, their hometown that they play at all the time. They hardly ever do it there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So like, why does it matter like where they train? As long as you show up and represent in the game jersey for us, Antonio. Shout out Chef. What's up?
He'll be on within the next 2 months. Promise, Chef.
And shout out Mercer.
Nice. Yeah, what about the XFL? There's, I'm kind of a little iffy on it. Things work, things don't work. Business wise, who knows what it's like? Fan base, who knows what it's like here in San Antonio? We usually, as a fan base in the city of San Antonio, show love to whatever team. Like we had the San Antonio Commanders. We showed there was a bunch of attendance, nice attendance, even for a bunch of those UTSA games, which is a local college here in the city of San Antonio. So I think this XFL team in San Antonio will be good. I don't know if they had made the team names yet, but San Antonio is one of 3 cities in Texas. Is Arlington and shit. I don't even know the other one. San Antonio, maybe Houston, probably Houston. So yeah, we'll see about that. See how that goes. And of course, the Dallas Cowboys. This year, it is not our year. But although other years before, it was our year. So we're going to do that. We're going to continue to write that it is not our year banner and let that be known that we're not going to say the total opposite because, yeah, we don't want to jinx them at all because it is not our year. We them boys, go Dallas Cowboys. We're going to continue to support you. And yeah, it's nice to have football back coming soon, right? Now they're going to be preseason coming up soon. Too bad it is not the Dallas Cowboys year, but I love you very much. I think I've been a Cowboys fan since like at least 94, 95, probably somewhere around that. Maybe sooner, but who knows? It's like one of those things where you're just like, all right, what do we do now? But XFL, I don't really know like any team names coming up yet, but I kind of like the Armadillos. But I never really seen no Armadillo here in San Antonio. So either way, whatever team name, mascot they fucking come up with here in San Antonio, there's been a lot of like local teams, like there was the Gunslingers and a lot of people that play for teams here that have decent names. The Commanders, shit, I love the Commanders, their colors and everything. Now it's crazy because there's what is it? the NFL, the Washington, it was the Washington Redskins, and then they changed it to the Washington football team. Um, and then now they're back to the Washington Commanders. Well, now back to now they got actual have like a name and shit. They probably have a cool mascot or whatnot. Give him a fucking horse and he'll just whatever. He'll hold the flag and all that shit. That um. So yeah, ready for football. Are we on? Are we on? Yes, we are most definitely on. We're watching some talk and listening because it is my favorite podcast in the city of San Antonio. Um, you know, and that's the damn truth. I believe what I do here is nice, and I believe I'm the best. But do I believe you know like me? Somebody has to be inspired by somebody. Somebody has to um, want to make you uh, more entertained, if you will, when it comes to content because we like to laugh. Sometimes we like to cry. There's a bunch of things, whatever the fuck we're going through. It's like, all right, hi, we're live. We are on. I understand we make mistakes when we live our life. Um, but what else can we do? Not really much. Just live life, love life, and not let life live us. That's what we're going to continue to say. And today we are enjoying a nice tall can, Coors Light, and honors to the tall can listening. Much love to X and Nah um, for showing love for that gesture, and it's maybe we can get them on here. I wonder if that episode would be pretty. Would you watch it if we get talking, uh, listening here and just laugh and have a gay old time? Uh, happy, yes. We like to be happy. We like to enjoy life and just go with it. So, um, Yellowstone National Park. I never been there. Um, I never traveled. Um, don't know if we will get um, to travel, but if there's a way where we can do it for like work and do it temporarily, but still be able to, enjoy the nice whatever fucking scenic scene they have there. Because I never been to Wyoming, never really been out of Texas, so it's one of those things where we just go with it. Whatever we got, we go with it. It's one of those moments where I always say sometimes you got to lose to win. Well, much love to Lele Marie. Let me go to the comments on there. A shout out, of course, Gorilla Drank again. Since we got my girl Lele Marie watching, thank you very much. We're just talking about how, you know, of course I love my stuff, but um, you gotta like something else sometimes. There's always uh, something else. You just can't be stuck on what you do. What other people do is entertaining as well. We like to do a lot of things, um, have fun, enjoy um, whatever is, let's say, thrown our way. You can talk about punches physically. You can talk about um, you know dealing with self yes, and dealing with self, dealing with yourself. It brings a lot of emotions. It brings a lot of what ifs to the table because sometimes we make mistakes. A lot of times we might make mistakes. We went left when we should have went right, or vice versa. But that's life, death, and everything else in between. All right, that's all we on podcast. We're on podcast live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Heard. Um, not the pantry, because we're not in the pantry. We're in the bone zone. So yeah, hopefully we can have some guests. Hopefully, you are on. Most definitely, we are trying to do what we have to do on our part. At whatever budget we're on or whatnot. At least we can still turn on the lights. We can still record. We can still do whatever we want to do. We're being powered by Restream. Um, I don't like it. Restream. We are going to go back to StreamYard next month after this subscription for the month is over because I don't like. It might look a little different with the comments and the setup and stuff like that. Um, but you know, for me, some reason it's a little slower on my phone, on my device, whatever I use to record, which is just a phone that's cracked pretty much. You can still see the camera decently, and that's what we really need, just to record. And a light off of Amazon, a little TV. Course, like when we started, we didn't really have much. We were in a closet. Um, I'm turned half of the closet into, live in the bones of a big time herd, and the other half was the closet. You couldn't really see the closet because the floor plan. Yes. So it was just one of those things when you create something and you really enjoy what you do. Um, we got to lose to most definitely win. Not every loss is, you know, one of those losses that you're not gonna you know, bounce back from, because we always bounce back from something, whatever it may be, or whatever it is, whatever we're going through. Um, we find a way, let's say, to make do, or make ends meet. Whatever it is, um, we all hopefully maybe have been through it, and there's a lot of people that may have not been through a lot of things, but hopefully those people that have not been through some of the struggles or whatever, this and that people go through, for whatever, however you look, whatever race, ethnicity, it doesn't matter what you if you're fucking purple, it doesn't matter. Alien, I don't give a shit. You can be extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial, I can't even say that shit because I got caught about. Of course, we were just consuming hemp, but still, we terrestrial. That's the way I'm gonna say it. Terrestrial. All right. Because we're all, I guess we like to say we're. Hey, even Chris Brown said he was alien. That motherfucker said that shit in the interview. He was like, "I'm an alien." So for real, that's just crazy. But yeah, and Chris Brown, he's been really showing, I guess, love to his fans. He, I guess, maybe tweet. I guess that's what like the artists do. They tweet like, "Yes, I'm gonna send out a tweet," and it's just like a post or something. Um, but that's what people do. Like if they have like a bigger platform, it's easier for some people to get people's attention. Sometimes it's harder to get people's attention because you don't really have a bigger base, but we have to all start from somewhere, most definitely. That's why I always say, sometimes you gotta lose to win, because it's one of those things that we all learn from something. When we listen, when we hear. Well, we don't really. Well, of course, we need to hear to listen. Um, but when it, registers, when the word registers, yes, when it registers, in your head, and you get that um, realization that life is gonna have its ups and downs. Yes, they say, you know life is like a roller coaster. Like, whatever the fuck phrase that you want to insert and whatever situation that we're going through in life, there can be positive things, there can be, negative shit, and it's going to affect you probably in that way, or maybe hopefully in a different way, depending on how strong you are as a person. Some people, some celebrities, artists, athletes, actors, actresses that you see that you think that they are so happy because they got money, because they got fucking flashy jewelry, because they got cars, a beautiful wife, this and that. A lot of fucking things that, you just check in the motherfucking checklist that, people want to live. They would probably say, "Oh, yes, the American dream live in the bone zone." No, we want to live that American dream, but for some people, it's like, oh, but at what cost? And that's one thing that a lot of people, we always want to, let's say, bend some corners and you know, break some rules or this and that. There's always going to be consequences on whatever are at trial for, in whatever situation you're going through, let's say in life, like you're just dealing with something personally, like you can't do this, you can't do that, or for some people it just comes to being financially stable, being able to hold a job, um, making sure the family is fed, of course, and then they got a roof over their head. There's a lot of things that we go through, but then you see, like, you get crazy. I get fucking crazy on YouTube where I'm just watching videos about other people, a bunch of other people, not just podcast related or whatnot, um, but just life. And you see how other people live in other countries around the world, and you humble yourself a little more every day because you actually have shoes on your feet. You know, you have more than one shirt. Like there's a lot of things that go into it, but because sometimes we may think that they're the little things, that a lot of those little things are what get ignored. Those are a lot of the things that we gotta really, really focus on and pay attention on, because those are signs that some people, let's say here in the States, where we deal with depression, we deal with a bunch of, whatever it may be. Some people, drug addiction, or bad relationships, or um, ideas of self harm, or whatever thing, that is going to hurt or damage um, you personally, and other people, or let's say maybe like your job and your career. A lot of shit, like you can't get a job if you're this or you're that, or I don't know now so much when it comes to like being felon or ex felon or this and that. But like I don't know, it's just some people. But it's all right. We've been all right. We've been trying to just be thankful for what's going on in this transition, if you will. Um, because yeah, we're on. We're most definitely on. We're on, and we're listening to some talk and listening. It is called Welcome Back. So yeah, much love to those guys. Welcome back, WLCUM. I'm gonna listen to a little more because like this isn't already my like fourth time watching it. Like for real, I do fuck with these guys. I like them.
How do you wait? I'm sorry. How do you call out Nina North for not?
She called herself out.
Yeah, she apologized.
She apologized.
I emailed her and then Twitter because I'm just imagining you going, excuse me, I took my Viagra.
She offered, like, is there anything else I could do to make the video better, or what else can I do for you to make it up for you? I'm sorry.
She said you could get us tickets to the AVN.
Okay, I will make you that video tomorrow. I can't right now. Is there anything else you would like to make up for the wait? And me.
Yeah, these guys are good stuff, man. There's a bunch of things that we try to do here when it comes to support, when it comes to, let's say promoting in whatever way, if you will. You know, we try to do that most definitely as much as we can, but at timely, sometimes, um, That's what it takes. It takes time. Most of the time, it takes money to be able to, have that promotion or that promo, if you will, for yourself, for your brand, for your business, for somebody else's business, for hell, well, hopefully one day your kid's business. You want to leave that. You want to be able to. And I'm not saying, oh, I want my kids to have. Are we on podcast or we're still on or whatever shit they want to change it. Like, no, that's not the whole idea. Like, this is just the process where we're going through for the name, to actually own the name, like live in the Bone Zone or just the Bone Zone, San Antonio, um, Texas. So it's one of those things where we have to continue to make it grow, and that next step would be LLC, but not necessarily uh, having anything to do with podcasts or music or any type of like restaurant name. It'd just be like the brand, which is a Big Sam Heard uh, product, because that's what we want to really. Well, that's going to be the name is pending. Name is pending. But yeah, right now we're enjoying tall can. This is actually a big boy. I think that's what they call it in the hoods. That's what they say now. Here by convenient corner store, of course. Much love to Coyote Express, uh, Commerce, West Commerce, right where all the damn construction is. But I think there's construction everywhere. Uh, on the XFL team, they should call it the San Antonio Construction Workers. That'd be funny. The San Antonio Construction Workers. But yeah, um, much love to everybody. That's one of those things that we have to continue to do back and forth, because it's important, you know. So everybody that does show me love and support. Studio audience, can I get a round of applause? Yay! Oh yeah, I mean it's already past midnight now, so now I guess it's get your mind right at midnight. I think our mind is right. I think we do hopefully try to hit all points. Um, we don't have like a agenda, if you will. We don't really have like we're kind of like Seinfeld. Like y'all like Seinfeld, it's crazy. Anyways, that's a different story. Because we don't really I wouldn't say like we don't talk about anything because we talk about a lot of things. But sometimes when you say, opposite of some things, it's like when they had the whole Dare program, yo. When that shit came out, like, don't do drugs, don't do drugs, don't do drugs, don't do drugs. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you think I even? Well, I did listen to my parents, so it's like it's not like they were, you know, doing anything bad or whatnot. But of course, a kid, you're gonna wonder, you're gonna want to be like, man, why the fuck are they telling me not to do something? I wonder why are they telling me not to do something? So you and always, as a kid, find out, So that's what kids do. They find out. They find shit out. That's how you find. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. So as kids, there's not a kid that or not an adult now that is watching this that didn't say that that's what we didn't do. If I'm lying, then that's probably because we're wired differently, and I most definitely apologize. But yes, live in the Bone Zone, it is I, Billy on the board with Big Sam Hurd. And right now we're just enjoying a talk can. Well, this would be, I guess, the big boy, but we only got one, so just one talk can. I think that's what. Um, but yeah, much love to Lele Marie. Tin Gorilla drank. Much love to her with that. Um, we gotta do what we gotta do, girl. You're gonna keep on rocking. You're gonna keep on having fun. and keep on learning on a daily basis. And that's the thing, you learn, you grow. Um, Not just, let's say, as a with the podcast, but as your with your first fight. I wish I could have attended that. That would have been fun. But now, new schedule, working at night. Um, yeah, we are working over on the south side some days, many of the weekends at night at Ojos Locos, Bussy Tables. So it's one of those things where, oh, yeah, that's some with the whole that it ain't our year. Man, that's I've been trying to psych myself out and not jinx the Dallas Cowboys because last season, I bet against the Cowboys and I went double or nothing for my hair. I put my hair on the line and I did a live where I actually um, cut my hair on a live because I promised the people that were watching, and I always try to do what I promise because, as a kid, you deal with broken promises. Maybe not all the times, but sometimes this and that, Um, and then you grow to realize that sometimes, a lot of times, sometimes it can be too good to be true on some type of aspects on profit or gain when it comes to some type of idea or product or whatever the case may be, and whatever gets us to obtain whatever we have in whatever way. um so I think it's just one of those things where we really had to play tricks on ourselves to make us believe that it is not the Dallas Cowboys a year. And maybe the Dallas Cowboys will prove me wrong on the 26th anniversary of the last time they won a damn Super Bowl. I was like in middle school. I know some of these people that watch, they probably weren't even born. Maybe so. Maybe they were. But still, maybe a kid like 4, 3, 4, like you don't remember that shit when the Cowboys were fucking champions. You know, Me, I was like maybe like 11. So you remember that shit when you're 11 or 12 or whatever the case may be. Um, because you fucking just remember. Some people maybe they don't remember. There's something wrong with them and they just got hit too hard and they really don't remember some shit. Um, but yeah, yeah, we are gonna do a lot of things, man. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. I'm trying to get to that damn comment. You see, this is why I don't like Restream. It takes too long to lag or it lags too long. Um and it's one of those things where there we go. Yes. Put your put your big girl draws on comedy podcast. You already know, girl, much love. I do appreciate her very much, her and her girly drink. We do gotta, get some more. I have one I have a summer splash still in the refrigerator. Um, that's just been chilling. Uh, so shout out to all Team Gorilla Drink again. Whether you're still, you're always. It's one of those things like you meet people, and some people can instantly like really like show you appreciation and love, and it's a lot of things where we do take for granted. And I want to let a lot of those people know that, I love you. Every day I say that. That's why also every day I say, Mother, I love you. Of course not, because she was the reason why we started the lives. When it came to, let's say, the podcast, because during COVID, because mainly because of COVID. Oh, the shutdown. Yes, the shutdown. So ever since then, we kind of brought the actual audio from the podcast to whatever is on the live, and just doing that with no editing and whatever we just upload. But right now, ever since I switched to Restream, which fuck you, Restream. I don't like Restream. I said that before on one of the last episodes. So yes, Restream, you suck. I do not like you. We're going back to StreamYard because at least um, I don't know, it's just not as janky. Like this one, when it uploads, it lags whenever I'm trying to put the comments. A lot of things that I really don't like. Mainly one of the setups. Um, like it takes too long for me to go back and you know create an episode, if you will. But we're live. We're on. We are on live in the motherfucking Bone Zone. Big Sam Heard. That's all that really matter. Or unless you're watching on the personal Facebook, which is Steve Anthony Montreal TL. Yes, we throw it all out there. The TL is of course stands for the Life Entertainment. Crazy Bone. We're gonna get you live in the Bone Zone. Big Sam Heard. Hopefully in September. Hopefully, when you come to the Aztec on the 28th, either before that concert or after that concert. And I'm looking at this red chair, like if he's right here, like live in the Bone Zone. It is I, Billy on the board with Crazy Bone. Um, and I practice. Instead of some people look in the mirror, I just look at the empty chairs. Because we would like to interview whether one, two, three, four, five, whatever, and affiliates. We did have AC Killer here live in the Bone Zone. Big Sam Heard. Also, my boy Eric, he came through. He is a huge Bone Thugs and Harmony advocate, an ambassador, if you will. Myself included, we like to always make sure we remind people that um, some things in life, like let's say generations or eras, or like when it comes to like music and styles and how you carry yourself, like it really really impacts you because a lot of people we judge off what we see. Of course, if you're Stevie Wonder, then that's a different story. You're fucking, but still, what I'm trying to say is you know, we look at something, whether it's appealing or not, we tune in. Whether it's something food wise, we gotta eat. If it looks appealing in a way, you might want to go there. And how you advertise your product. It's a certain people that are maybe most of the time like a mid class. Because a lot of people, may not like some things that are maybe are a little bit more elegant, take it is elegant. Yes, good looking out, Billy. Billy always shows me love, so yes, whenever I get it wrong, Billy gets it right. So that's one of those things that I'm still working on when it comes to the yang side of my yin yang. Be the Yin Yang Twins. Yeah, shout out to the Yin Yang Twins. It's been a minute since I fucked it or even mentioned the name Yin Yang Twins. But for some reason, hell, we could get them. We got two chairs, Yin Yang Twins. We gonna book Yin Yang Twins to do a fucking episode of Are We On podcast. Just because the thought, that's one of those things where some people they think about, they have ideas and they think of doing something and they're so determined to achieve and do what they sought out to do, and that's what makes us, stronger and more wiser on a daily. Some of us learn in an instant. Some of us need time to actually, you know, hit a certain gratification when it comes to what we want to do with our life, what we want to actually achieve and leave uh, for our families. First, maybe financially. We always worry if they're going to be financially stable. How are they going to continue to make, unless they go back to whatever you know type of jobs or professions or whatever we we do, or whatever the case may be, in any way, in any form, or whatever. We're motherfucking on. I got a tall can. We're listening to a little bit of tall can listening. Um, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Lives to the audience. Yes. Can I get an applause, please? I like how whenever I like tell them, hey, can I get an applause? Then they make noise. There's sometimes when they don't even make any noise. They're just like there, just listening. Um, that they are, yeah, yeah, and can't forget where we're at, of course. Oh, shit. Oh, yes, in the West Side, city of San Antonio. Uh, we are just living life. You know, we do worry about death a lot. You know, that's one of those things that you always gotta um, keep in mind because we never know what's going to happen to one another, to to our family, to our friends. You know, for me being a bonehead, to our boneheads, to our bitches, to our bitch ass hoes, to our hoe ass bitches and our bitch ass niggas. Because yes, even a male could be a bitch too. Um, yeah, Shelby baby, Michaela mommy. Um, are we on? Are we on? Uh, I hope some may answer with yes, we are on. Um, Me myself have been, thinking that yeah, we are on. Like we are on. Why are we still called? Even though that name "Are We On" podcast wasn't for a long time, some things don't have to really, you know, be like forever. You're like keep on asking, "Are we on? Are we on?" I still ask it, but then at least I do respond with, "Yes, we are on. We are most definitely on." So we're gonna continue to show love. We're gonna continue to do whatever we got to do in some ways to support. Um, you know, that's just the way it is. Hey, man, I'm so happy that I actually wrote something today. Um, I don't have any biological sisters, but for somebody that is really close or was close, let's say like my cousin, um, that was a sister. My other cousins that are still here that I really don't get to see as much as I wish I could and would, because it's one of those things where family does separate a lot of us, um, but it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't, right? We still gotta continue to live our lives for those people that are in our lives, and that's the way it is. Some people say we have to be stingy. Um, not necessarily, but it is your life, and it's the only one we get. It's not some type of video game that you can play and have 100 lives because the cheat code on Super Mario Brothers or whatever the fucking case may be. Interpret that however you need to interpret that, or even we're not even cats, even though when a cat usually dies, but they do have the phrase, uh, yes, all cats have 9 lives or whatever the fuck. And then some people are like, yeah, I have that. I'm a cat mentality. I have 9 lives. Like you can only escape death for so long. We all seen Final Destination. You know, we already know how it goes. We ain't playing around whenever we see those type of trucks in front of us. Hey, Shelby, baby, you all right, ma'am? You good? Yeah. Um, and yeah, much love. Uh, much love all the way around in whatever way. Um, just a tall can, just a tall can while listening to. Well, this isn't we are on. No, I know, but I'm listening to. Oh, okay, I'm listening to talk and listening. Yeah, but much love to talk and listening, and we are gonna show love to most definitely other podcasts. Um, you know, soon we're gonna continue to, whether it's just sometimes sharing our stuff. We don't all have the same amount of mutual friends. We can have two, three, thousand friends, and maybe 13 or 14 are mutual friends. So that means all those other people that aren't mutual friends, they don't see the shit that you post. So when you share it for somebody, at least some people will tap in because they see something, and it's like, man, well, my friend or my family, or just a supporter, or whatever, a fan, or whatever the case may be, fellow artist, fellow, entrepreneur, fellow business owner, showing praise to other people. It's one of those things that we have to do. It's always something, because those are people that are before us, whether it comes to like fucking history and land and all this other shit. That whatever the fuck, when it comes to creations, when it comes to what we have now, like when it comes to technology and whatever the fuck shit of the yesteryear, we're always trying to focus on tomorrow, um, but tomorrow never comes today. Tomorrow is always going to be tomorrow. And however you look at that and interpret whatever I'm saying, we always are like, when you do things and you're like, oh, tomorrow, and we procrastinate and we're like, oh, tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Um, After a while, it does really affect you. Um, so I want to do things today, even if it leads into tomorrow. Um, Not just you know say goodbye, not just end something, not just in life in general. It's like wanting to um, not be with us in a physical form because you want to die, or whatever the case may be. Or hell, I really really wish that you want to live. A lot of people, we go through it. Just a lot of people don't know how to ask for help, and we all go through those times and phases or whatnot in our hopefully. There's a lot of things, but some people are known for doing a lot of crazy shit to themselves. um it's sad but true, and that's the way it goes in life. We can only do so much when it comes to help, to advice, to suggestions, a bunch of things. And also, cousin, I love you very much. My cousin Daniel Matthew Gonzalez. I'll say your real name because I love you all the time. We go through a bunch of things in life. I don't know what you're going through, but cousin, I do love you. A lot of us love you. Um, I just had to say that. Yeah. Just a tall can. It's been a while since we actually had a drink. Well, sometimes we'll have like one beer, but it's not like I'm doing it every night anymore. Not like it was before when it comes to any type of issues. And I never made like a self promise or a vow, uh, you know. But hell, there's a bottle on the table right there, of rum that I haven't touched since Northwest Rider was here. So yeah, shout out to Northwest Rider and Fred's Fish. There's a lot of things that we show love to, and we got to just continue to go forward with whatever we're going through and facing. I'll cheers to that. Billy, go ahead and take him home, Billy. All right. So for whoever's watching, much love. Lele Marie with the comments on there. Don't know whether you're watching on any of the pages. Are we on podcasts? Live in the BoneZone, Big Sam Heard, or we're on podcasts, or maybe just Steve Anthony Montreal TL. Thank you. Um, and yeah, happy birthday, Dad. I love you. I love you. He'll never watch this, but I will, and I'll be able to remind myself um, how unique of a person he is. Um, yeah, and myself. just a different breed. Because you look at like runaways when we're teenagers, um, and still continue to do it as an adult. Not necessarily physically running away from something, but um, something that we're going through in life. Maybe relationships, maybe a job, um, personal situations, or whatever. You're having self doubts on if you're beautiful or if somebody loves you, or there's a lot of things. Shelby, baby, yes, um, I do love you. I have love for you. Not in, there's a lot of things that we have to work on when it comes to being parents. Um, but a lot of other things that I mainly personally, just for myself, have to work on. But at the end of the table, I would hope that you do your part in any way you want to interpret anything that's being said, because these can always go, you know, used as evidence in the court of law for any type of, like if I say something or do something, but it's like, what is it really? Like, there's a lot of things that we really worry about in life. There's more things that we worry about when it comes to death. We worry about a lot of things in between, and you get both, which is, are we on? We're on. And that's just the transition from one to another when it comes to the brand or the content in which I give you it. Like, when it comes to a title doesn't really mean much when you don't really have an impact on whatever you're trying to deliver. Like, if I'm asking a question, then right there, the delivery, it's not going to be too strong because I'm asking a question. I'm having, let's say, a doubt about something, and it's the doubt of me knowing if I'm on. On out in the good old www, whether I'm on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or social media, Spotify with the audio on the live podcast, that gets uploaded, of course, from Anchor, which hasn't actually been uploading ever since I switched to Restream. So yes, unofficial sponsor. Actually, uh, it's gonna be unofficial because I don't want to really say official. Unofficial sponsor for this live restream. Um, that's all I gotta say about that. We are going back to StreamYard though. So since I did my spot, fuck off, restream. I do not like being powered by, although it gives me a little bit more options when it comes to how many at different, different costs and whatnot, um, to record simultaneously live on different pages and whatnot, um, different platforms, if you will, as well. Um, but yeah, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. That's why I hit you with that deuce, 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 deuce. Just a talk can. So yeah, talk can listening. Much love to you guys. Put your big girl draws on as well. Lele Marie, Team Gorilla Drank. What you ask podcast. You know, T Mac, the Mac, T Mac, the Mac. You know, comedian. I still gotta support him, show him some love. That lemonade was dope though. Um, but yeah, I wish we would have been able to make Erna Palmer. We still gotta get at DJ Hypnotic for some of that. Hopefully they still have some good old exotic munchies. 7500 or 7500. Yeah, 7500. Marbach Road. That's at the Raw Hide. Tell them, are we on? No, tell them Big Sam Heard such a. Um, yeah, Big Sam Heard, just a stupid Riverwalk name. Um, No relation to Sam Hurd. We're like a buck 50 wet, so we're obviously not big in stature and way whatever way you want to interpret what is being said, um, and wherever your mind's at. But uh, there's some things in life that we had to just remember. There's always two sides of that coin. Unless you're Two Face and that coin you're holding has whatever you call. So yeah, last call. Last call. Talk and listening. Much love. This is do apple juice. Right, we already went through a whole episode, um, and we look at a bunch of things that we do in life, and we were saying goodbye, right? When we saying goodbye, that means Steven, you can talk all day long. Um, well, I guess all night long, whatever the fuck. Um, but yeah, some would say are we on? I still say are we on? Because we got to get on different, you know, different areas that maybe we are not. When it comes to whatever type of progression that we have to do, um, first for our family, for um, ourselves, that's important. Self love is important. Stephen, looking at you, that's one thing that you really have to still work on and adjust because sometimes you can be a little aggressive or maybe not aggressive enough in whatever way you want to interpret or perceive anything that goes on in whatever aspect of life, uh, because there's a lot of things that we do take for granted, and then you know a lot of other things that fall into play when it comes to whatever uh, part or position we're in, uh, when it comes to life. You know, we're all different. We're all, operate differently, all different mind mentality, different, um, some people are smarter than others. Some people are fucking have degrees and this and that. Some people are, let's say hood rich. They know how to, let's say, make it out the ghetto, if you will. And fucking, there's a lot of things, examples of people and names that we can say of people that are successful when it comes to their career, maybe as an artist, as an athlete. You know, how many uh, fucking doctors, like surgeons, like world fucking renowned surgeons that, let's say, operate and do procedures for, like, something has to do with your brain or this and that, and they save people's lives. How many of those names do we actually know? Probably not much, unless they're the ones that saved your life. So there's a lot of things that, when it comes to uh, whatever type of job or career, occupation, whatever insert word, whatever the fuck you want to insert word, doesn't matter, because either they're going to mute me or not when it comes to uh, not owning the rights to this music that we play, to the content on the videos or whatever the case may be. We can always dispute. There's a lot of things that can be done, or whatever the case may be, for whatever case it may be. um, but yeah, are we on? I would still say that shit. I know we're on, but it just became, well, hell. Uh, but yeah, are we on? Are we on? Are we on, John? Yes, Billy, we are most definitely on. We are on. We are on. We're most definitely on. Mother, I love you. Father, happy birthday. I love y'all. Um, Life, you think about growing up with your parents or not growing up with your parents or not growing up with this parent or that parent or whatever the case may be, whatever, scenario, outcome, whatever, we've been through, or whatever the case may be, however you're grown up, however you're raised, people you're around at school, whether you walk around with your shirt tucked in or your shirt tucked out, whether you wear blue, whether you wear red, whether you wear white, whether you wear black, whatever, it doesn't matter if you're this or that. We all have, voices in a way, and big, um, impacts, little impacts, uh, maybe no impact at all. But I hope that, um, in a way, I do have some type of impact, in anybody that watches these for any, moment in this live, because they know that, you know there's a lot of things we do in life, but a lot of things that we want to hide in life, and it's some things that we have to share with those people that are in our life. So this little moment in my life, I give you maybe 4 times a week, five, seven, 9 times a week, depending on how many episodes we do in a day. And it's because I love, you know, of course, speaking back and forth to an imaginary person, really on the board, and maybe having a conversation with just, the screen, um, because I don't know who's watching. Sometimes it shows me on StreamYard. It used to show me on Restream. It doesn't. Um, but well, actually, either way, it doesn't matter who's watching right now live, because and sometimes in life, and you look at a bigger picker. Yes, the good old picker upper. I'm over here looking at the damn napkins. Yes, the picker upper, the quick picker upper. Bounty, unofficial sponsor for this live. Bounty, let me find out. Bounty, you stuck in there real quick. Bounty. Um, so yeah. Oh man, live television or live Facebook or live YouTube, whatever you want to call it. Yes, those napkins. I was just looking at them because I'm just, you know, when we get to points in life where we know that either it's gonna happen, things are gonna, well, most of the time we don't really know. You get that, hunch, you get that feeling, if you will, that something's gonna happen. Um, Sometimes the idea of can present the actual, you know happening of, and whichever way some may want to this or that, and whatever you dabble in, and whatever the fuck makes you happy. All right. Shout out to the live studio audience. Much love, much love. Give yourself a round of applause to the audience. Yes, one time I hear you. All right. And yes, the kids didn't want to go to Camp Flaming Arrow this year, so for some reason, we have. I don't fucking get it. That's one thing. This is not a oh shit, I hit my elbow. This is not something on this actual. Let me show you for those listening. There we go. These are preset sounds. There's 8 preset sounds. Did we already hit you with the deuce apple juice? Apple juice. Just a tall can. um, yeah. And that was cheering a sound. Um, there's a few more other sounds. Of course, we did the applause. We never really do this one because we don't even have a damn opening, intro song, or promo or nothing, video or nothing like that. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna press this opening button. I'm not gonna use this as my actual. Oh yes, welcome to our We're On podcast. I don't like that. I do want to preset some things, some I guess sounds, but I just don't. I like to just not really, unless it sounds all fucked up. To put the echo up, denoise, of course, because that's the button that really helps us a lot because we got the AC on. Let's see. Let's press the denoise. By now it's lit up because we're on denoise, but once we hit it again, are we on? Now, I know you hear that. Let's go. Yeah, we go. Not as bad. I don't know. Either way, we are on. We are on. We're most definitely on for real this time. We're gonna press this button right here, and we're about to go for real. Just a tall can. Much love, Ramsey the Great, my guy. Much love to that guy. Sharing that. I think maybe this live video. I don't know. Whoever is watching though, much love to all you guys. Live in the Bone Zone, Big Sam Heard. Deuce who's apple juice. Talk and listening. Much love to you, gentlemen. Hopefully, y'all had fun tonight on y'all episode on a different podcast as well called Open Bar Podcast. Um, I'm gonna continue to show love to a bunch of people that show me love because that's the way it goes. Continue to support people that support me in a way, one whatever way that we can. Um, Come to any type of agreements, not necessarily like a ring contract. I'm hoping one day we get into a ring like a contract. Yes, I'm not gonna be appearing unless we have a contract. Like because I don't fucking know. I guess we're gonna be like, my time is precious. Nah. But it is precious though. Our time here on earth is precious to those that, you know, are here when we're not. So we're gonna continue to just strive for a bunch of things that give us that gratification when it comes to why we are here. Uh, of course, it's one of those things where you talk about life, death, and everything else in between. We're on podcast with Billy on the board and Big Sam Hurd. Deuce, y'all, for real though. Much love.